I mean, you know I want to look more at Flow.
Of course.
I'm Flow's biggest proponent up here.
Yes.
Now look at that. As we kind of zoom into our flow, it's even showcasing our custom actions already built in throughout the flow. Chrissy, I
Amazing.
am loving this.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for showcasing all this here this afternoon.
You got it. My pleasure.
Everyone give her a huge round of applause.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, we've got our app, we've got our automation in place, and it's time to see what's next as well. For that, I'll turn it over to Mr. Chuck Tomasi.
Thank you, Lauren and Christy. Now, I am an old school programmer, and I like me some code. What do you say we bring out my new friend, Samir, to show us what he's got for us pro coders? Samir, welcome. What have you got for us?
So, I saw you built a workflow earlier.
Yeah.
Backstage, you were telling me you needed something.
Yeah, you know, we came out with this really cool SDK in our Washington, D.C. release, and the response from the community has been overwhelming. It has been great. Let's take that flow that Lauren just built and make some changes. What do you got?
Great, Chuck. Since you're an old school programmer, though, we wanted to help you take one more step. So let's open that same flow Lauren created a few moments ago in ServiceNow Studio. But this time, let's open it represented as code.
Nice.
Yeah. So what you're seeing here is going live in Xanadu. We're going to take that SDK that you just mentioned and use it to power an IDE that lets developers build on instance in code like you're seeing here. But since this is ServiceNow Studio, we want to ensure you can visualize that code as well, right here in the IDE side by side. Isn't that cool?
Double cool. Now, I know Flow is a low-code capability, but I love the idea of using this as an example of what the IDE can do. Now, that flow we made earlier feels a little bit manual. Think we can make it a little more automated?
Yeah, great idea. Let's replace creating a task with actually calling into an API. This is pro code, so let's do that. And we'll use this API to call out-of-stock items from our vendor, Bean Bazaar. Just because we don't have chocolate syrup to make a mocha today doesn't mean we have to have this same problem tomorrow, right?
Right, right. And I love the freedom of writing code to build more automation. However, even though I'm an old school programmer, I still make mistakes. Can the IDE help me there?
Absolutely. The IDE proactively catches errors, so you find them at build time instead of runtime. So you get all the bells and whistles of standard development tools that you're used to right here on instance. And you know what else?
What?
You can save those changes, and like you're seeing here, you'll see the visual representation update in real time. We want to empower all of you developers, the low coders and the pro coders, to work together more effectively on the ServiceNow platform.
Super cool. I can see this being really very, very powerful for things like UI components as well.
100%. I've also connected this over to my Git repository, so I get all the benefits of version control right here. Yeah. And one of the things we've heard from the community is that real-time collaboration is really, really hard. So I've actually got one more thing, and this one, it's for everyone.
I'm listening.
So what if I told you that while we've been working here, my teammate Evie has been working on the same flow at the same time on the same instance, but in a different branch?
Hang on, I was with you right up to the end. Am I hearing what I think I'm hearing?
Yeah. I'm happy to announce developer sandboxes. All of you have been pushing us for improved collaboration within your teams. And developer sandboxes let multiple developers work on the same instance, but within their own branches, so they don't clobber each other's work. So everybody on the team can work on the same flow the same app and the same code base at the same time, something that was never possible until now. So whether you're using our, yeah. This is a huge change for all developers. So whether you're using our low-code tools or our new pro-code tools, we're unlocking collaboration. And I am super excited to put this into the hands of all you developers later this year.
Sweet. This is true developer isolation.
Exactly, and at scale.
Oh, man. Wow, Samir. I love it, and it sounds like the audience does as well. You made a few friends here today. Thanks so much.
Awesome. Thanks, Chuck. Thanks, everyone.
Now, just to put a bow on everything amazing that we've seen thus far, in just a few minutes, Jithin and I used Now Assist with app generation to build our CreatorCon Cafe app. Then, Christy and I used the flow and playbook generation to automate our app.
And then Samir showed us the IDE and dev sandboxes so that pro coders can extend the functionality at scale. And we are excited to bring this to you in our upcoming releases. I love the way that ServiceNow Studio really tied everything together, too. Big thank you to all of our demo presenters here, and I'll be back in a few minutes.
Woo. Now, it is my pleasure to welcome our MVP panel to the stage. Please give them a huge round of applause. The audience and I are so excited to have you here. We're going to do a quick round of introductions, so please hold your applause until the end of the list. First, we have ServiceNow developer at Yansa Labs and the 2024 and 2024 Devvies finalist, Ailey Anderson. Next. Oh, come on, guys. We had one rule, but I can't quell the excitement. It's too much fun. Next, we have our independent consultant at TechVoyant and the co-host of the phenomenal CJ and the Duke podcast, CJ Wesley. Next, next we have our senior experience engineer at Serboss, the 2023 and the 2024 overall hackathon winner, Jesselyn Smith. And then finally, we have the certified technical architect and the topmost solution author in the entire ServiceNow community, Ankur Bawaskar. Please give him a huge round of applause. Yeah. Oh. Love hearing the love from the audience. Now, in preparation for this discussion, we have provisioned these four with an instance fully stacked with all of our currently available Now Assist features. We've heard about ServiceNow people talk about these products all week, but now I would love to know your raw opinions on these products. So Ankur, as the main man for answering questions, let's begin with you.
Thanks, Lauren, for the great intro. So I first explored the Now Assist for Creator in the business rules, script includes and fixed scripts. So it helps developer code in a more efficient way, and it reduces the monotonous and repetitive nature of writing and debugging the syntax. So you still need to be proficient enough to be evaluating the code which is generated by the AI. So I would say it's smart, but it's not like a mind reader. And the next feature which I explored was the case summarization. So it basically reduces the manual work and increases the efficiency drastically. And also it reduces the load of the agent. Basically it consolidates all the relevant information on the case at a single place. So it was really nice. So a few things which I would like to see in the upcoming releases is taking into context the scope of the script so that it generates the API functions as per the context if you are in a global scope or a scope application. And also the on-premise support. I would like to see that as well in Now Assist going forward.
I love this. You're already finding some edge cases to test out this fantastic stuff. Very exciting. Ailey, what are your thoughts as well?
As I was able to play around with Now Assist, I was amazed at how quick and efficient it made my work. I specifically played around with the flow generation and code assist, and it's really cool how much it's able to generate for you and how accurate it is. Of course, you still have to fact check, make sure it's correct, and you know, do your double checking, but it's a lot faster than looking up the documentation every time. The flow generation was awesome. When it didn't quite know how to handle action inputs or trigger conditions, it would put placeholders there for you so that you still had a template to follow and kind of knew which direction that you were heading. So it definitely saves a lot of time, and it was just super fun to play around with. So I was impressed. I really liked the assist for developers.
Very exciting. CJ, what are your thoughts as well?
Yeah, for me, it was the way that it was advertised. I feel like Gen AI has been advertised more beginner heavy, right? Like this will help you learn how to code. This will help you if you don't know how to code. Like someone like me who knows how to code, who has a rather advanced ServiceNow skill set, I found a tremendous amount of value in using the Gen AI and Code Assist, right, to help me remember those things that I've long forgotten on the platform. Right, like so there's the aspects of we're always looking for customizations, right? And you want to go in and find out which tables that ServiceNow created, or more specifically, which ones they didn't, right? Like Now Assist knows like which of those tables, which of those accounts, right, that ServiceNow uses to create objects, right? And it can write you a script to filter those out, right? So another thing that I love about it is I had a large use case for glide aggregate, and I use it occasionally, but never like every day enough to like really embed it in my memory. Like Now Assist can pull those glide aggregate summarizations out of the air quicker than I can go back to like the doc site or old school wiki for the old folks out here, right? And get all of those methods and put them into action, right? So for me, it's using it to minimize the time that it takes me to do the work that I'm doing and keep me in that flow state inside of the instance without having to pop back out to docs or community.
Nice, using it kind of like a research assistant. That's pretty nice.
Absolutely, yeah.
Jesselyn, also very excited to hear your thoughts on Now Assist.
Yeah, so similar to everyone else, I mainly played around with the code and flow generation. A lot of the marketing and training I saw for Now Assist for code mainly showed fixed scripts and business rules as use cases for using it. But I was surprised to see in the instance it works with service portal widgets. So that's where I mainly played with the code generation. I wanted to try to use a use case that I would actually use in real life without Now Assist, which was a modal that would open up an embedded widget with a list of my tickets. So the first prompt I did, it actually got a correct looking output, and I was really surprised with that. And it even included extra information that I didn't have in the prompt, like the size of the modal. So that was really cool. But like Ailey mentioned, it's not perfect. You have to really refine your prompt and really call out the specific widget ID or the modal method you want to be using to get the correct output. So by the end, I did, and I was really impressed with that. And I think a really cool thing to see in the future with Now Assist code generation would be HTML and CSS for a widget.
Nice little shout out to the product team. Hope you all taken some notes as well. Love your enthusiasm for these products, and I love that you spent the time to test them all. So thank you so much. Now, as I mentioned in the previous question and introductions, you all earned a spot in this year's class of ServiceNow MVPs, which is really exciting. There's only a couple dozen in the world. I see a couple of dozen of them up front. Yes. Now, tell us a bit about that experience and how it's impacted your career as a ServiceNow developer. Ailey, you have the freshest eyes on the program, so I'll start with you.
Yeah, thank you, Lauren. So this is my first year as an MVP, and honestly, it's been an amazing experience so far. My favorite part has just been interacting with incredible people and getting to know them, people that are experts in the community. I found that the more that I share the things that I learned, the more it solidifies that understanding for me. And it's also been a great way to get more involved in the activities that ServiceNow offers. There's a lot of really great events and activities in the community, like the Hackathon, Hacktoberfest, live streams. And being an MVP just gives you kind of an extra view into that, and you get to participate a little more in depth. So I've really enjoyed that.
Very nice. I'll pivot to our two-time MVP, Jesselyn. How have you liked the program?
The program has been so amazing, and for me, coming to knowledge as an MVP, the experience is a lot more elevated compared to before I was an MVP. Just being able to be connected with the MVP community and then the MVP dinner that we have every year at this event. It's so special getting to celebrate and uplift everyone that we have in our platform and our ecosystem, and it's just really fun as well. And then in terms of being a developer, I think being an MVP helps me stay ahead of the game because we get access to these cool features like Now Assist that we may not otherwise. So definitely it's nice to be ahead in the ecosystem.
Ahead socially and ahead technically. Very fun. CJ, we have our three-time MVP here. Your
Yeah.
thoughts?
Yeah, so my third year as an MVP. For me, it's about creating community. When I got to the ServiceNow ecosystem, there was a community that already existed here, and I learned a lot from it. And for me, it's always been about paying it forward, right? So for the folks who come behind me, to be able to have a community in which to land and build their skill sets and find success, right? As an independent consultant, that MVP badge, that's a gold star, right? I don't have like $1 billion company backing me up when I go in and talk to a client, right? But I do have that MVP badge, and that means a lot, right? So I've used it successfully in that way as well. Another thing too is that representation matters. Apparently, I'm the first black MVP. When I was selected, I didn't know that. There was folks in the community who came to me and said, CJ, did you know you're the first black MVP? And for me to see that they're paying attention, that they're deriving inspiration from me, from my success, my path, my journey, just makes me go harder, just makes me work harder to lift them up and to live the values that I've always been.
Woo, nice. And then we have our 8-time Ankur, 8-time MVP. Yes, huge round of applause.
So this is my 8th year as an MVP, so it feels really great to help others, and I would encourage everyone to do the same. So it helps expanding the knowledge with the research, because you have to do the research to help the guys in the community. And I have spent over a decade on the community platform, and I was part of the revamp as well back in 2022. So this recognition really means a lot, professionally and personally.
Oh, that's fantastic. We're so happy to have you here with these, and also have your community support you so well. So that means the world to us too. Now, finally, I'll steal one of our standard breakpoint questions to kind of conclude the panel. To those in the audience feeling inspired by your careers, by what they've seen at Knowledge and CreatorCon and the Hack Zone and this whole week, what parting advice do you have for people that are just getting started? And as a fellow podcaster, I have to start with you, CJ.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyone who's spoken to me at this conference today or listened to my podcast knows, right? Like the thing that I say most often is say yes to everything, right? Like for me, it's all about putting yourself in the way of opportunity and taking advantage of it when it shows up, right? And then corollary to the saying yes to everything, right, is to also be prepared for when that opportunity shows up for you to say yes, right? Like you don't always know when it's going to show up, but doing the work beforehand, doing the work after you say yes, right? Even if you're uncomfortable, even if you don't know if you're going to succeed, just doing the work and being present and saying yes and open the door for opportunity when it knocks. For me, those are the things that inspire me and that I would want this audience to take from the things that I'm saying.
Love that. Love that encouragement. Ankur, what are your parting words of advice?
So speaking of community, I would suggest everyone to join the ServiceNow community platform. So you learn and share the knowledge. So by answering the questions, you gain different skills as well. So you gain different knowledge, and outside what you do, your regular project work. So start contributing on the community platform and provide help to all the guys in the community, so that they are also on some day they are also upskilled to a certain level.
Love that. Yeah, I hear that. Please join the community if you haven't. You've heard a lot about it today. Ailey, what is your final words of advice for this lovely audience?
Yeah, I would say, just as mentioned, get involved in this amazing community. From the different events to the community forum to the SNDev Slack channel, there's something out there for everybody, so get involved. And then I'd also recommend signing up for a PDI and jumping into the training modules that ServiceNow offers on the developer portal. Just get your hands wet, play in there. And that's been the best way for me to learn, is to just get that hands-on experience.
Very nice. Jesselyn, the final mic drop moment is in your hands. What do you have to say?
Yeah, I want to emphasize joining the community and then having a PDI. There's a lot of different communities out there for ServiceNow. I recommend the Slack channel, SNDevs. That's the most active one, I think, and also the best, and a lot of fun over there. Lots of memes and trolling. But then for more seriously, definitely having a mentor is my biggest influence when I was getting started. Someone you can go to for career advice or just life advice, and then someone to support you and encourage you on your journey in the ecosystem.
I cannot thank you all enough for spending your precious time here joining us on stage. Thank you so much for all of your wisdom. Everyone, please give them a huge round of applause. Thank you for joining us here today. Thank you. Man, we are keeping the energy high because we have one very favorite part left in this keynote. We have the Devvies.
Oh, yeah, Devvies! Yeah! I'm so excited. It's time again for the Devvies.
We can tell.
But before we get into it, they said I have to tell you one thing. I got to remind you to fill out the survey.
Oh, surveys.
So, do what you've been doing all week. Take out your mobile device. Give us all 5s. You know, that's all we ask. We just wanted to beat last year's record.
Now, the Devvies, as a quick reminder, is ServiceNow's App of the Year contest. It is here to showcase all the amazing work that you as a community have built on our platform and how you've made the world of work better for all people.
And this year we had a record number of entries. We had 297 people.
Yes.
Customers and partners.
Amazing work. We had to further narrow that down to just 10 finalists.
And our panel of 8 judges brought that down to our final 2 winners. Thank you very much, judges.
Thank you, judges. Now, let's get the party started. It is my pleasure to introduce the winners of the Devvies 2024 People's Choice Award. That is the award that you voted as your favorite app amongst all the finalists. This team worked with a government department to help them with their ambassadors relocation program. They were treating these hundreds of requests as individual projects, utilizing all things from email to PDFs to spreadsheets, in some cases, paper. The app you see on my right and left is showcasing the ability to remember the ambassador's inventory from previous moves, as well as the ability to coordinate seamlessly with contractors, carriers, and in case something is damaged or lost, insurance agencies. As a result, the bidding process is literally 100 times faster than it was previously, and one of the departments completely automated away all of their tasks, enabling them to focus on more value-added work. Please join me in congratulating the Devvies winner for the 2024 People's Choice Award, Platformation. Woo. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Thank you
Congratulations.
so much.
That's awesome.
We have some actual gifts for you. Congratulations. And we've got one more. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So much. Congratulations. Thank you again. Thank you. Awesome work.
And it is my privilege to share with you some of the highlights of our winning App of the Year. This next story is really heartwarming. The team helps veterans get home loans and better lives. They saw an opportunity as they were growing very rapidly with a myriad of over 90 distribution lists. And they had tribal knowledge among 60+ subject matter experts and absolutely no visibility into the work that was being done. So what did they do? They built an app, of course, to handle over 240,000 requests across 28 assignment groups. The app consists of no less than 93 catalog items, 43 email notifications, 28 workspaces, and much more than I could go on for the next hour. The results of all this effort were $429,000 in savings, a 90% positive review from their production floor survey. One team, get this, one team even doubled their workload, but yet reduced their turn times. They are truly changing the way the world works. And the Devvies winner for the 2024 App of the Year is Veterans United.
Congratulations. So excited. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
For you.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations again.
Awesome work. Wow.
Congratulations again to all of our winners and the people who were nominated, the finalists, all of that. Thank you so much. It was tough, tough judging, and it was very difficult.
Now, I cannot wait to see what you all build next year.
What a great show, Lauren.
Oh, yeah.
What a great show. Don't leave yet. That was not the end. We had an awesome chat with Pat Casey. We showcased some of the products, the innovations that are coming up in our future releases. We talked to people. We saw how people are building on the platform, and your wonderful panel with how ServiceNow is impacting their lives. I think that takes care of everything for CreatorCon number 10, right?
Not quite. Of course, we have a couple of thank yous to hand out first before we all get out of here. Thank you to everyone watching both online and our phenomenal audience in person as well. Thank you to everyone that has posted their memories and photos and videos on social media of CreatorCon's current and past. And then finally, thank you to everyone that has helped put this event together in the previous weeks and months. It truly takes a village to deliver an event like this, and we can successfully say we have done it 10 times.
What's next, you ask? Ooh, it's hard to top this. Well, we are on the road to Xanadu, and we hope to see you at the World Forums later this year.
After a short break, I hope, short?
You get the weekend.
That's true. I guess we get the weekend and Memorial Day. But in the meantime, please join the ServiceNow community. You heard the MVPs mention it. We are mentioning it. It's a fantastic resource for camaraderie, content, and learning, and all things beyond that as well. And also, start thinking about the Devvies for 2025.
And for the people in the room, thank you for coming to Knowledge. For the people watching online, take care. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.